40 and 2 months. And when the times of the Gentiles is come in, a light shall break forth among them that sit in darkness, and it shall be the fullness of my gospel. But they received it not, for they perceived not the light, and they turned their hearts from me because of the precepts of men. And in that generation shall the times of the Gentiles be fulfilled, and in that generation shall the 42 months end. And in that generation shall the times of the Gentiles be fulfilled. And in that generation shall the times of the Gentiles be fulfilled. And there shall be men standing in that generation that shall not pass until they shall see an overflowing scourge, for a desolating sickness shall cover the land. Stop. The time appointed by the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob was 2019. Doctrines and Covenants 45. And 30 gives you the time and the sign in this verse, next verse, that the Gentiles' 42 months was over. COVID-19 was the desolating sickness that covered the land. God put a spirit on the Book of Mormon and the Bible. So for the whole 42 months, they were teaching the Bible, but did not understand it. They were teaching the Book of Mormon, but they did not understand what they read. Let me read again. But during the 40 and 2 months are the 1,260 days, are the 3 days and a half, which also represent 3 years and a half, which is also 1,260 days. Yea, during this time, this is the 42 months. During this time, the 42 months. During this time, the records that contain the fullness of the gospel, the Bible and the Book of Mormon, shall prophesy covered in sackcloth, or in other words, be covered from the eyes of all the world, so that if they read their words, they might not understand that which they read. They might not understand that which they read, because they do not have the Spirit to bear witness unto them of the truthfulness of these things. And the record of my Father shall be covered, in that it shall be hid up and not come unto the world until the time appointed by the Lord, which is the time after the 40 and 2 months, that the Gentiles shall tread underfoot the holy city. And this is the time of great apostasy, of which the holy prophets prophesied concerning the latter days. Now, during the time of the Gentiles, they got the Bible and they got the Book of Mormon. But they're reading them and they don't really understand them because they are sealed by God during the 40 and 2 months. Now, they got our records. Now, they setting up churches. Churches everywhere. Churches everywhere. They setting up churches everywhere. What did God say? This is the time of great apostasy. Now we're going to look at what they was teaching when the Gentiles started these churches in the beginning. Some of you guys are too young to remember, but I'm about to be 61. I can't remember. Cell Potion 79. It started verse 6. And when the promised land is discovered by the people of the great European empire. Everybody see that? Let me slow down. And when the United States of America is discovered by the great European empire, here come the Gentiles. This is during the 40 and 2 months. Here come the Gentiles. This is during the 40 and 2 months that God gave the Gentiles to trample underfoot the holy city. Here they come. Here come 1492. Here they come. This is the time of great apostasy. Let's go to verse 5. And it shall come to pass that Lucifer shall influence the discovery of the land of promise, which is filled with all manner of precious things, which are the desires of this great and abominable church of which I have spoken. Here come the Roman Catholic Church. And when the promised land is discovered by the people, the Gentiles of the great European empire, they shall begin to search for gold and silver and for anything that is of value to them. And it shall come to pass that they shall begin to destroy the Lamanites and take from them their lands and force them into places which are desolate and void of the precious things that these European nations desire during the 40 and 2 months. And the Lamanites shall begin to dwindle in numbers and lose their nations and their lands to the effects of the lust of the great and abominable church. And the men who shall destroy the Lamanites shall think that they are doing God a service, because they believe that the Lamanites and all those who are of a dark skin are those who have been cursed of God and not worthy of the full blessings of the Father. And this wickedness, shall be taught unto them by their leaders and their priests, who are all servants of Satan, and shall follow his will in all things. Stop. This is the time of the 40 and 2 months. How many of you guys are old enough to remember When the